What's up, everybody? It's your boy, the Italian Stallion, ready for another episode of Rebels with a Cause. We're on a different night tonight because we had to cover an event this morning, and it was a lot of fun getting to see the guys out there. We'll talk about that in a minute, but we're on tonight, baby, on a Thursday night special episode of Rebels with a Cause. Because remember, the cause don't stop when the clock hits zero, baby. Glad to be a part of your Thursday night, whether you're watching it live or recorded. Got a lot of big news, a lot of topics to talk about. Again, if you haven't done so already, hit that like and subscribe button. Show us some love here at Rebels with a Cause. Us, the crew that we have here, Two Pair Tate, Brian Tate, Statman himself, Shane O'Mac, myself, the Italian Stallion. We bring it with nothing but love out of this. So if you can just hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share the show on any type of social media just to get it out there, we would definitely appreciate it. And just to give a shout out, that number that you see at the bottom right there, that is not a misprint. We have been 5A champions for 587 days and counting, and it was nice to see the defending back-to-back champs come out there on Bill Wilson Field and exercise their muscle, and just getting the legs under them as football camp is about a week away or so. Got some nice big scrimmages that we'll talk about. But lo and behold, and just remember, as always, the views and opinions of this program are not affiliated with any of those of any other organization or of West High School. This is just the Rebels with a Cause crew's opinions. Myself, Two Pair Tate, Shane O'Mac. That is just what it is. It's none of this other things. And you can either like it, hate it, but at the same time, respect it. That's the most important thing. Also, want to give a shout out to my gal, Kim Castle over at King's Chamber. They're finally open. So pay them a visit over there at Washington Pike. There's the phone number. Book with her. Her and her other hairstylist, Rachel, they're ready to take clients, and it's going to be an amazing experience. I look forward to going this next week for the first time now that they're officially open. And I'll definitely have to take some pictures and put it up there in some video just to get you guys going. And also want to give a shout out to my guy, Mr. Alex Thatcher, a class of 2003 grad, his company right there on Sutherland Avenue in the heart of Marble City, Knoxville Coffee Company. Go pay him a visit. Get you some brew over there. It's good any time of the day. Right there on Sutherland Avenue in the heart of Marble City, Knoxville Coffee Company. Shout out to him. With that being said, I want to bring on my co-host, and you need to show them the love and respect that they deserve because they do this with nothing but hard work, passion, and love. First and foremost, I want to bring him on. He's been the voice of the Runnin' Rebels and Lady Rebels for 18 plus years. He is the hardest working guy in the business. You hand him a microphone, he will make you smile and does nothing but entertain. And don't forget, he will always be the 2003 Mr. West. So wherever you're at, whether you're watching it live or recorded, give him the respect he deserves and show him nothing but love. Let's bring him on. The one, the only, Two Pair Tate, Brian Tate. What's going
Man,
on,
what's
brother?
up, man? How are you? How are you? How are you? How
Oh
are you?
man, I'm
What's
I'm
up,
excited.
man?
We went a little late this week. Usually we do Tuesday, but
Yeah,
I'll talk about that once we get Shane on there. But what is good, my brother? What is
I
good?
am. First and foremost, let me send a lot of love to an incredible Knoxvillian, Mr. Benny Smith of WUTK Radio. Man, um, this has been my boss for like 19 years,
Wow.
and I don't know what currently is going on at the university, but it's like when you win a national championship in baseball, and who more needs to see that and deserves to have that moment in the sun than a guy that has been just a staple of the university, like for what he's done for West High graduate Chloe, um, with what she's done for Rock Solid Sports. I mean, she's turned that into one of the best sports programs in college radio, and just want to show some love to him. And also, I want to show some love to Coach Rayleigh. linebackers coach, defensive coordinator, the goat of defensive coordinator. Like I told him, he made me understand football terminology.
Mm.
Like, just being able to be around him in the short time that I was in that year to a year and a half. But that's the one regret is like my one regret is not being able to play under him. So that summer, you know what I'm saying? He was telling Coach Witt that, yeah, you got your weak side linebacker, like right here. This kid can run, he can do a little bit of everything. And I just remember him talking today, and he definitely wanted me to tell you hello and Shane hello, and that he loves seeing the fact that we're doing something like this, and he love to be on the show.
He said he's
And
welcome to come on anytime. So,
man, yeah,
absolutely.
Coach Rayleigh, I never understood football like that, like the way he breaks it down to a science. It's so detailed because the way I look at the game now, when I see shell coverages, when I, you know what I mean, when you
Yeah.
see cover two, cover three, um, having the slide play a little bit more to the inside, um, just certain
And it's
stuff, having
crazy
players in
because you
motion.
you don't really see many 4-3 defenses anymore. You see a
No,
lot of
you don't.
four
Three,
two
four,
one four
yeah,
four two five because of the spreads now, and nobody really runs like the old running games and so forth like
man,
that,
that
like run heavy games. So, yeah.
that 4-3 defense, it was lit like that 4-3 defense is it used to have a feel to it to where whoever you're lining up against on offense, they don't stand a chance because you cover everything well.
Mhm.
With the way offenses have been now, to where you go into that spread, the read options, you got a dual threat quarterback who's the the better athlete sometimes than the running back.
Yep.
It's crazy to think
It is
how
crazy.
much this game has evolved. Like the game keeps evolving.
Yep.
Like it's nowhere near it was in the '80s. It's nowhere near it was in the '90s. It's nowhere. It's an ever evolving game.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. And it's going to continue to evolve, especially when you see what's being drafted in the NFL draft. Look no
Yeah.
further. I mean, you're not even seeing running backs taken until the second round now, when before you'd have 4 or 5 drafted in that first round and so forth. It's
Hmm.
really different now and so forth. So yeah. Want to bring on our other co-host, our stats guy. He him and me had a good time going out the other night. We had a lot of fun celebrating 4th of July. Hope everybody had a safe and happy 4th of July last week and great weekend. But want to bring him on properly. Ladies, he is still single and available. He is a great dad. He can cook.
You said he's still
He
single and
he is
available.
still single and available. So we did not
Oh
accomplish that
man.
mission over the weekend, but a lot of people were out of town. We'll try again some other time.
He's
But I
still
want to
single
give
and
a shout out
available.
to
I
him
tell
because
you.
he's our brother. He always brings the stats,
Mm.
always brings so much knowledge, and love that he's doing what he's doing, getting to coach, and definitely utilizing all his attributes. So let's bring him on, give him some love. The one, the only, Mr. Statsman himself, Shane O'Mac, Shane McGee.
Clap
What
it
is
up.
How we
up?
doing
Shane
today?
O'Mac.
Man, I'm exhausted
The
right now, but
the
I'm here.
Mac.
How
The
does it feel,
Mac.
man? It's football is back. I mean, you can feel it.
Dude,
It's there,
we
baby.
were in shells tonight, and I'm ready for next Tuesday because we're gonna do one day of in pads to get climatized. But Tuesday,
Uh,
it's bringing.
so y'all locked in, man. So how far away from y'all are you from your season?
We got a scrimmage against Gibbs August 1st. The Jamboree would be the following week, and then season starts after that.
Wow.
Man,
It's here.
so it's
It's
here.
here,
Yep.
man. It
I
is
got
here.
about, I
It's
got
here
about
closer than we expect.
I got about 3 weeks to really get these playbooks down and get these kids working.
Mm.
There must be some excitement there with the kids, that they're getting to hit one another now with the shells
I,
on. And
I had to keep
Yeah.
tonight because we can't tackle yet, and they're trying to take each other to the ground. Like, no tackling. All one person from the county, like, all they're tackling. Here we go. I'm like, oh no, no, no.
Mm.
I'm saying stop. But I've got 7 kids. Since I coached the 6th grade team, I've got 7 kids that played football, 17 on that roster. So I'm
Wow.
trying to teach 10 kids how to play football.
Wow.
Wow.
Parents, please get your kids in football early. Make my life easier, please.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that a lot of people should get their kids in football right away just because I came in at a disadvantage because my parents were always afraid that I was too little, and then I
Yeah.
finally put some weight on in middle school and had a little bit of a growth spurt. But honestly, get them in there because you'll just put them that far behind the 8 ball when they get to
That's true.
I think football is the best sport to play to teach you how to be an adult.
Mhm. And
Absolutely.
the team concept that you have in
Absolutely.
businesses and jobs and
Yep.
everything like
Absolutely.
that for sure.
You have an assignment. You got to understand how to take a butt chewing and know, like, hey, this isn't personal. I expect what I'm teaching you to be accomplished. If you can't do it, I'm going to get somebody else to do it. So either you work hard to earn your spot, and you learn how to take criticism.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So, well, Two Pair, you wanted to give a special shout out because I know that I've done it every week. I've talked about it, and it will be revealed finally on our when we're on our regular night on Tuesdays. We did a special one tonight because of
Yeah.
some circumstances going on with me personally, which are good now, but also the fact that we had that 7-on-7. So we wanted to talk about that today as well. But looks like you have some news and want to give a shout out to a certain individual that gave you that news. So, and I'll wait
Well,
to put that banner up before you say it.
yeah,
So, yeah.
yeah. I think everybody knows a big part of our show is the athletic director, Paul Marrero, who shows so much love to this show and has been incredible in his position as the athletic director of West High School, and it's just been a phenomenal person to work with. He encourages the show. He just doesn't want us to say anything too off the wall and just be respectful of all the schools, which we are. I really want to say, like, getting that news when I was walking to my car was some of the best news I had all week. And when he said, "Hey, just for you guys on the show, Monday night, 6 p.m., West High Auditorium, ring ceremony." I about flew. I about fell to the floor. I almost fell to the floor.
I was
I almost
having
fell
the
to the
worst
floor.
day, and literally Two Pair messages me and Shane on the chat, our private chat that we talk about stuff and what we're going to talk about on the show. And when you told me that, the biggest smile came across my face. I mean, a terrible day couldn't have gone any better when you gave me that news. And the fact
Mhm.
that, I mean, I almost hate to say it. I'm not lying, guys. When this ring is beautiful. I wear it every day. But I'm telling you, when I say this, the big brother is coming. This is like a big brother ring that's going to make this one little. And so, honestly, when you guys see it, it's going to be incredible. And it's going to be right next to him where he belongs. And a lot of people have like said, "You're really going to wear both rings?" And I said, "Why not? Why not?
Mhm.
Why not? You know,
Do
I
it.
mean,
Do it.
why not? Okay, it's all I got. Let's go. Come on, come on now. These are my babies. I want to show my babies off. Simple as that. So, but Monday night, 6 p.m., it's going to be great to see the team together. I hope everyone can make it. I got it confirmed today. Shout out to the COO, Scott Shavers. He reached out to me and said, be there at 6 and so forth on Monday. And when the COO tells you to be somewhere, you be somewhere. Simple as that. So, um, but um, but that being said, I'm so excited, and not so for much for me, but for the boys. I mean, I saw Marshawn Bowers today, and man, he looked like he was getting jacked, getting ready for Tennessee Tech football and so forth. And it was nice to see him and some of the former players out there supporting the guys they played with that are now taking that next step. And it was so good to see everybody. I mean, you guys, like, just to give you a shout out because I did want to get to the 7-on-7 and talk about it, and shout out also to to Mr. Scott Cummings in Lenoir City for coming over this
Yeah, man.
morning.
Huh? Yeah, that's
And
awesome.
I'm telling you guys, give Lenoir City. They're going to make some noise this year. They already were a playoff team.
Hmm.
I expect them to still stay in the playoffs. And don't be surprised if Coach Cummings has them as a perennial power in 5A, especially with what they have and what they have access to. And I'll tell you, the passion and the yelling and everything, I love it. And I think that those boys, they just need to really understand you ain't in Kansas anymore. Okay. So, whatever play time you had before, this is a good coach. He's won a state championship and he's been successful everywhere he's gone. So, realistically, like, uh, if you it's tough love, but it comes nothing but love. So I want to give a shout out to Lenoir City and Coach Cummings over there. But that being said, I want to give a shout out to Parker Dubon. He
Hmm.
was throwing the ball, beautiful passes today. Had a couple
Yeah, I
touchdown
heard. I
passes.
heard.
Oh yeah, I mean the ball was on the money. And here's the thing, it was good reps for all the quarterbacks because they haven't quite settled in on a guy. I think that that will all work itself out over the next couple of weeks, especially at
Yeah,
football camp and the scrimmages they have coming up. But he looked very crisp. Definitely was in sync with some of his receivers. Shout out to Riley Mannon playing both sides of the ball. Riley really was doing very well catching the ball at wide receiver. So shout out to him. Also, got to give some love to, even though he didn't play in the 7-on-7, but want to give a shout out to Wyatt DeRoche. I hope he
man.
enjoyed. Wanted to give him a contribution. You can support any of the Rebel football players out there, and
Yeah, make sure you guys get out there and support the man Wyatt DeRoche. Man, like as much as we can. Like for a young man that could be playing on a third state championship team, and just to see the work ethic he puts in, the teammate he is, like there's not a person not rooting for that guy. Like
oh
that's
no,
a guy you can root for. That's a dude you want to support. Like I tell him and Jack Keith, it's like it's so important to have leaders like that take ownership of what's going on. And there's a difference between a program and a team. And you have a program with an athletic director like Paul Romero, who's freaking phenomenal. Like just his ability to always keep pushing the envelope of having a supreme sports program. Like
hmm
you look at this athletic department, it is like far as academically, it does well. The way football has became a powerhouse
oh
to where you when somebody asks you where you went to school at West,
yeah, Knoxville West. Yep.
the back to back state champs
hmm
from Sutherland Avenue. But no, seriously, it definitely is a credit to Romero and his attention to detail. Like he's gonna turn this school into what schools need to look like in Tennessee. Like it gets to the point. I feel like West is a mini college.
It is. It really is.
It really is a
Academically,
mini
the
college.
facilities that they have now are phenomenal. They're up there with the best of them. And I'm going to tell you this, to Parent Shane, this would make you feel really good considering we've talked about it ad nauseum on the show in past episodes. Is the
Mm.
fact that the administration, they're back in the office while teachers are still out for a couple weeks. The principals are back in there. Like they took their vacations during the dead period. They're back in there getting everything ready. And here's the thing: out of the time of their busy day, Carruthers, Dr. Spees, all of them came up and were on the track supporting and watching the football team. If that's not love right there, that's what
Yeah,
Carruthers was there. I mean, all of them. I
that's
don't
all
know all their
right.
names, but Dr. Spees was right there. And again, shame on anybody that said, "Oh, once her son graduated, she wasn't going to care about the football team." She cares about all those kids. She cares about all her teachers. I mean, she just wants the best,
She's
and
phenomenal.
she has done a
She's phenomenal.
phenomenal job at West High School. I
Phenomenal.
can't say it
Done a
enough.
phenomenal job. Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. And so you see that, you see parents that took some time out of their busy day to show up today to watch their kids or watch other kids. I mean, they even had girls soccer players were there watching them as well. I mean, like it was awesome to see such support from the other teams. And then the freshmen were doing their lifting their weights and doing their drills. And then when they were done, they sat down on the field to support the big brothers, and the freshman group looked really good. I mean, considering
Hmm.
that they're freshmen, but I mean, it is just really a program. It's like you said, it's
Yeah,
not just a team.
it's not
This
a
is a
team.
program.
Okay, let me tell you what the team does. The team, they take that week off. Like a team takes the week off and don't prepare amongst themselves. A program gets ready for 7-on-7.
Hmm.
A program is running routes. A program is having kids go to different camps. A program is getting on a weight program. A program is getting a nutritionist. That's what a program does.
Hmm. Yeah, and they looked the part. I mean, they
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 do.
they looked the part. And you mentioned Jack Keith. Shout out to him. Shout out to Davis Neely. Shout out to JP Peace. Abel Ancelot made a great catch today. Shout out
That's
to
your boy, JP Peace is your boy.
JP Peace. So Philip Farmer's
That's your
grandson. So
guy.
shout
Yeah.
out to
Shout
him.
out to Philip Former's grandson. How cool is
Absolutely.
that?
You
Like
you know that.
Philip Former's
I
grandson
mean, think about
plays
that.
for the
Both your
West.
parents were Vols for life. Your father was
Yeah.
a football player. Your mother was
Yeah.
a softball player. I mean, come on.
Right.
So
I remember watching that kid play baseball when he was little.
and look at him. He's grown up. He's a
Man, that's
sophomore now. He's
wild.
big. He's gotten big. So they've all gotten big in that weight room. So but and shout out to Antarius McAllister and also, nice to see Messiah Wren and Tavion Ray getting
Hmm.
some work as well, and nice to see Keelan Rucker back on the team. Shout out to Keelan. I just want all these guys to have a phenomenal year, no matter what class they're in, but especially the seniors, because this is it, man. And you guys definitely can plant your flag and make your own legacy by continuing it. Not just with the two babies behind me, but the fact that you'd have three. I mean, my goodness, like each senior class is trying to outdo the previous senior class, it seems, in this group of guys that are in the program right now. So, you get a lot of fun things going on. So, but yeah, but I mean, between the ring ceremony coming up and they've got the football camp, they've got some scrimmages lined up. I don't know the dates, but when we do get those dates, we'll definitely get them out there. I know that they're going to be scrimmaging. Obviously, we mentioned it last week at the Jamboree on the Thursday night at Carnes. They're going to be taking on Grace Christian Academy. Prior to that, though, they do have a couple of scrimmages lined up with Jefferson County and Catholic, respectively. So I definitely would love to see where this team is at when they knock heads against the Catholic Fighting Irish, who have been in that Division II large private school league for a few years now. So it's always nice to see where you measure up against one of those type of teams. So yeah,
Hmm.
gets you ready. We ain't
Yeah,
afraid to play
definitely.
anybody. We ain't afraid to play anybody.
No,
That's the truth.
we're not afraid to play anybody. Like they will step on the field at anyone and get ready to it because one thing that stands out is the way their defense responds. Like that team last year, they responded like they didn't have the offensive explosion as the 22 team, but
Hmm.
this team like they showed you how to win it when it counts, when the
Yeah.
money's on the line. Like McAllister makes one of the biggest plays ever.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and you lost some key guys. We've mentioned
Oh
them,
man,
but
lost
I,
some
I
good
think
ones.
you've got a rising senior class that really want to make their mark, whether it's Parker Dubon, whether it's Wyatt DeRoche, whether it's Jack Keith, Tavion Ray. These guys are definitely really wanting to bring it, honestly. And Terrius
Mm,
McAllister, Riley Mannon. I mean, these guys definitely want to show what they're made out of, and this is their opportunity to do so. And it's going to be against a great first opponent, the rivalry game against Bearden. And Shane, I haven't gotten it confirmed yet, but I'm pretty sure it's at Bearden.
That
I'm
would
now
make sense.
seeing more
That would
things
make
that it's at
sense.
Bearden. Yeah.
I still don't see any reason why two teams from Knoxville would try drive all the way up to LMU to play football.
Yeah, yeah. I just think LMU is the sponsor because of the
Yeah.
TV time and so forth. And the thing is I just am excited to know when it will be. Will it be at 7:30 at night, or will they do it noon if they get that ABC spot? But again, like you said, it's going to determine of when the Titans are playing,
Yep.
because that whole thing was because of the Titans last year in their preseason game on ABC. So yeah, but.
Nobody cares about preseason games.
Oh my God! I mean, isn't that the game that they finally cut all the people or whatever?
Yeah.
Like, you're done or whatever at that point.
Preseason football is some of the is like why
I will watch the Hall of
the
Fame game as far as I go.
Yeah.
preseason. I mean, now if it's to see rookie talent, and hell, now they're holding out guys.
Oh,
Yep.
I know. Oh yeah.
It's like they're holding out guys. They're not even seeing the. It's no point. I'm more excited for college football. To be honest with you,
I mean, truth be told, like they haven't played in a couple of years now, but Peyton Manning and Tom Brady would never see a preseason game like ever. Like, they'd never see the field.
they would see a quarter.
Yeah.
They
Who's
would
going to be
like
the backup?
like
Yeah.
put it like this: Aaron Rodgers played like what a series
Yeah, when he got hurt
and
last
ended
year.
up getting his Achilles.
That was
Yeah,
brutal.
like he ended up rupturing Achilles after playing only one series. Yeah, he only played one series in preseason. Like LaDainian Tomlinson wasn't playing preseason football. Adrian Peterson is not playing preseason football. You're not putting your best guys.
You're not seeing Travis Henry, Lamar Jackson.
No.
Now, like far as a rookie like Jeremy Shockey, that was the first like
Yeah.
I knew what he was in college, but in the NFL he looked faster.
Mhm.
Like he run over guy in that like stuff like that where guys stand out in preseason. It's like NBA Summer League. You know,
Right.
NBA Summer
Oh
League.
yeah, yeah. Well, and we'll talk about the NBA Summer League here. One thing I do want to just shout out to wrap up with West football, and I want to hand it over to you to talk about West Rebel basketball to pair, because I got to take a quick phone call and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
But realistically, I just wish these guys a phenomenal year. Stay hydrated, make sure that you're doing your thing, and more than anything. Remember, be that rebel with a cause, because that cause still don't stop when the clock is zero. So keep it going off the field, be a true rebel with a cause, and get you a third gold ball. That's it. We're going to give you the love every week and so
Every
forth,
week, yeah. Like we're
win or
never
lose.
gonna
But
win or
I
lose.
expect
We're
I
here.
expect more wins than losses for sure again this year. So yeah, but two pair. I'm going to hand it over to you with West Rebel basketball. While I take this phone call real quick. Thanks, man.
Oh, no problem, man. Yeah, like West High basketball right now. Looking at the way they've been playing this summer, uh, they look like they really want to send a message. Um, just the way they've been passing the ball, I think it's been really good structure as far as players understanding the whole goal of what a program is supposed to do. And I think they've got a lot to prove right now. And we got a team that has a lot to prove to a city, to really the high school basketball community. You're seeing a team that's ready to go get it and compete for a state, because with this senior class and the talent they'll be bringing back, it is no better time than now to do it. So, yeah, man, kudos to everybody on West right now. Let's look at Devin Martin just got another offer. I think he's getting an offer almost every week. Like every time I look up, he's getting another offer. Like he's got to be ecstatic about that right now. Getting these offers and the way he's been playing this summer has just been lights out. He's got to be one of the better players going into this season. Like what you get from Devin is just a complete animal at getting the rebounds, blocking shots, having a high motor, skilled footwork, and he's become a better perimeter shooter this summer. He really has. Like he's really just gotten that jump shot more potent. You can see glimpses of that from the sophomore to junior year, but it was been on. It's more of on a full display right now when you look at his overall game and where he's been able to take take his talent to, and he's really just impressed me. He's been one of the more impressive players that I've seen in over 4 years because he's allowed himself to get better and better each year. And Jalen Hill has been looking very good, man. Jalen Hill's been looking very good this summer. Um, I want to say a lot of his damage in AAU was done in the spring, where he's really been getting after it. His defensive prowess and running the show and changing tempos has really been big for him this summer. And he's just been able to turn a lot of turnovers into points by the way he's been attacking and his jump shot off the dribble. His floater game is looking nice. He's been able to change directions at times, and he's been working on that pull up because he's just been a treat to see. And defensively, like I said, defensively, he just took it up another gear, and he's going for his on his senior year. Definitely took it up another gear. Another guy to watch out for. I think Malik Wilson is going to be due for a really big season this year. Um, just from what he brings off the bench, and you need high energy minutes off this Rebels bench, and so he's going to be really key. As you know, I think the guys that carry this squad are going to be Jalen Hill, Reese Clark, Devin Martin, and Kevin Jack. They are going to be the guys that you look at to say, hey, we need a bucket, we need to stop. I really think this is the team to do it, man. Like when you got 3 out of the 4 all district and then Kevin Jack being honorable mention, I'll say this team is going to be poised. And you gotta have 4 guys like that. You gotta have that at your core. And then when you got shooters like Birch and Dupree stretching the floor, I mean the upside to all that is what we need. Like it's gonna be to the point you know what they're gonna be doing. You know that they have got state goals set in their eyes. You know that they have a plan of getting to state. Um, and the young guys, I've been really impressed with watching this year. This summer actually is Sean Smith. I think Sean Smith is going to have a breakout year for the Rebels. Um, did not realize he was only a freshman. I know I said that before, but just to see the talent that he has at that young of an age and going into his sophomore year where he's going to be looked at as a guy that's going to be provide um, defense and another scoring option off of this bench. Robert Schuler, I think, keeps getting better. Um, the way he's been able to take it off the dribble with his feathery jump shot, because he's definitely a scorer. Like he can get his own bucket with ease. Like he really can. Definitely can get his own bucket. I think Coach Eggleston is going to have a lot to work with. Um, as far as he's not far away from the talent aspect, because the group is just a loaded, talented group of individuals that this program, this basketball program, is really, really shaping up to be a future powerhouse. They really are, man. I really think so. I think there's some really, really talented guys on these squads. They're not ready for it, man. People not gonna be ready for it. Just really interested in seeing how the rest of the summer is gonna look out for them, man. I'm really interested in seeing that, how they're gonna look. Let me see what's going on in the chat. I lost my camera. I've got to restart my camera. Oh man, I didn't even see Shane put that in there. Okay. I did not see you put that in there. I did not even see Shane lost his camera.
Yeah, he unfortunately had some technical difficulties, especially right when I'm getting a phone call that I had to take. But just want to give a shout out real quick to my sister, Vanessa. She just had her first child,
Yeah,
so made me
man.
an
Lock that
uncle.
up,
So
man.
yeah, I am
Uncle
an uncle
James.
now. Yep, yeah, and in fact, because of the Spanish, I'm known as Tio James, Tio James,
Oh,
Tio James,
Tio.
but it's Uncle James. Yeah, and anyway, so. My newest little rebel with a cause, my niece Camille Yvette Alt, was born yesterday at 7:51 in the morning, and she's doing good. Mama's doing good. Dad's doing good. So they're just resting, and hopefully we'll be home tomorrow from the hospital, and I'll finally get to hold her officially. So shout
Sweet
out to her.
deal.
So yeah, for sure. But yeah, I was
Sweet
listening
deal.
though too what you were talking about. Like it's just incredible how deep this team is. And I just, what I mean, obviously, I don't want to rush football season, but when we do get the basketball team out there, I can't wait to see the what Coach E has planned and the lineups he's going to use to utilize all that talent. You know, whether it's Jalen Hill or if it's Reese Clark, you know, any of those type dudes. I can't wait to see what they all bring when they get out there on the basketball court for sure. So.
I'm telling you, like, I want Devin Martin to have one of those weeks that he had in the great week of February, where he was just an absolute animal. Like
Mhm.
there was a stretch where Devin Martin had 19 and 9, 4 blocks, two assists, one steal. Then he had another game with 21, 8, 3 assists, 3 steals, 1 block. Then he had a 29, 7, 3 assists, 5 steals, 2 blocks. That's the type of numbers Devin was putting up last year.
Mhm.
If he just goes into this season and says, "Hey man, I'm really the best player in the city,"
If he has that
like
Javin Carter type of season, you know what I mean? So look what happened there. So yeah,
yeah, because I
yeah,
mean 19, 21, and 29, like that's
mm,
impressive.
that is. I
That's
don't care who
really
you are.
impressive.
I don't care who you
Really
are. Yep.
impressive.
So
Yeah, I'm excited for this season. I'm excited the way Jalen Hill has looked. I'm excited the way uh, Garrett Birch is recovering from the ankle injury. Joe Dupree's been shooting lights out. Robert Schuler has been looking better off the dribble. He's gotten that. But the guys to watch out for are the freshmen. Sean Smith. Sean Smith is nice, man. Like
mhm.
he's nice. I like Sean Smith. But the Prince of Zamunda, Kalu Fofana, and David Sanders, like that freshman group, they're gonna probably be the group we're talking about. Like we're talking about this senior group. This senior group has put up a bunch of wins,
Mhm.
and they're just missing a state run.
Yeah, they need to add the district title. They need to add a region title. They need to fill their
Yeah,
trophy case up with some
yeah, that's
accolades.
it. Like they
They
just
need
need to be the ones to. They need to be the ones to finally, just get everything to get. Like, hey, we know what to do now.
Oh, we know.
Let's go. Let's go ahead and take care of business.
Shane, let me ask you this, bud.
Yeah.
Just to finish up with football, because I wanted you to give your thoughts and so forth. What is it like for the players right now? You're finishing up this 7-on-7. You're starting to translate to the shells and everything, and that heat's going to be getting out there too. I mean, you got to stay hydrated. I mean, talk about that from that perspective, brother.
So, as a player and a coach, you got a lot going on. Like, you only have a small window of time during the day that you're allowed out there. I think get 2 hours. Because that's how to read the TSSAA rules today, just so we could be in shells. But it's, you gotta get the kids have to get acclimated to this heat, get used to wearing the equipment again. I mean, high school players they go through spring practice, but now you get the freshmen who gotta get used to it. This is a different world for them. They're not used to the heat of the day being out there. You're throwing a lot of knowledge at them really quick and seeing who can pick it up and how as a coach can you simplify it to make it where they understand it without truly going too far down. It's like, okay, it can't be football 101 at this point. Like, you need to know how to block, tackle, and understand play and know your assignment. So it's you're talking a lot of kids really quick. They get them 2 hours a day, 4 or 5 days a week, and it's just. I'm impressed with the kids I'm coaching. I threw a whole playbook at them. Well, threw a whole formation at them with about 16 different plays. They're just set, and then I can also build off of that. And I'm seeing who can learn from that right there. Because I can call play in the huddle. It's like, hey, I want you to do this. It's a variation of this play. I can run 6 different things off that one variation. Like, you guys see what these kids are capable of learning. But then you also got to stay on top of them, make sure that, hey, be your playbook. Get used to the heat, get used to being uncomfortable, and how to compete when you're exhausted. So I'm kind of glad this heat wave's coming through because that's going to show these kids what they're made of.
Absolutely. And it's going to be hot. I mean, it's a high 90s, 97 this weekend and so forth. And that's going to carry over in the next week. So it's definitely going to separate the men from the boys.
Yeah. I'm just ready. I know as a player, I was always ready for first day in full pads because you get to go hit somebody. And as a coach, it's still my favorite day because I want to see what these kids are made of.
Oh, absolutely.
It's my next Tuesday is going to be my favorite day. I'm going to be hyped as hell all day, especially when I step on that field. I'll probably still carry it over to the show.
And I can't wait to bring that because when I do reveal the ring and so forth too, there's going to be so much to talk about on Tuesday's show. It's going to be awesome, for sure. So, well, what do you guys want to talk about next? I mean, we got so much going on in the world of sports. You got Copa America, you got the Euro soccer, you've got NBA Summer Leauge. What do y'all want to talk about? So, yeah,
we can go. Where we bank? So hold on, we've covered football, we've covered
our Rebels. So, yeah,
we covered our Rebels. What have we not covered? We need to be talking about NCAA college football.
Why don't you guys talk about that? I got that. Yeah, hold on one second. I got a banner for it. I do got a banner for it.
Stallion, you're going to have to break down to get you a PS5, man.
I think I'm going to have to. I don't know with what money, but I'm going to have to. So
I've got it on the Xbox. It is pre-ordered. It's already downloaded.
So you got the Xbox.
Yeah. I've been an Xbox guy since high school.
So James, I will start the PS5 fund for you.
Okay.
Because we got to get you. We gotta get Stallion on it. Oh, I see little man in the background.
Yeah, I see him back there.
You're playing in our dynasty.
Yes.
You get your team ready. Yeah. I need for destruction. For total destruction.
He said the other day that he gets first dibs. I was like, no. It's like, dude, last time that game came out, you were born.
You were born
Isn't that
when that
something?
game came
That's
out.
sick.
That's wild.
Can I just
That's
say this
crazy.
or whatever? I
How
used to
crazy is
look
that?
forward to every college football season because the game came out, what, around June or July,
Yeah.
Tupac, and you
All
had
June or
the.
July,
it's
every
it's
June, every
football always came out in July.
yeah.
I remember seeing BB at GameStop. Like,
So,
BB used to work
so
at GameStop at the mall,
this is
so yeah.
Yeah, he did.
I always deployed at the end of July when I was in the Marine Corps. So I bought, like, literally right as I was about to leave, about 2 weeks before, I would buy NCAA football, pack up my Xbox, and have that game ready to go once I got to wherever we were going. Like, that was in my bag. Or at the time when I was married, like, hey, I'm leaving this day. I can't pack it in the bag because I don't want to get broken. Here's the address. Mail this thing out the day I leave. So when it gets there, I have it. That game was life for us. We would have tournaments, and I won most of them.
Gosh, if I had only had a better year this year with my company, 450 at Walmart. I'm looking it up right now. Pick up
Oh
tomorrow.
wow.
So yeah.
Oh man.
Gosh, man. Oh, jeez.
We got to get you on it, man. It's like I'm not gonna lie, it's one of the best stress relievers. If you work in the corp, like you work in this world we work in,
Yeah.
it is one of the best stress relievers ever. Like having a PS5 and playing college football or playing like golf, playing any game, but playing this college football game.
Yeah.
And the days of Bill Walsh college
I
football,
still have that one for Sega.
yeah,
Yep.
college football USA,
Yep.
NCAA 98, 99, to that, all the way up into this. We
Yeah.
get like EA college football. Like it's
Y'all remember? Y'all remember
so glad we have it.
college football?
What now?
What's that?
When 2K had college football.
Yes. Yes, I do
Long
remember that.
ago. It was Dreamcast though,
Yeah, it
wasn't
was
it? Was it
Dreamcast. Yeah.
Dreamcast?
I had it on the Xbox also.
It was on Xbox? What the
Well,
hell
you,
I
you know
miss?
what bothers
Back in high school, I had.
Was it a Fox? Was it like Fox Sports?
Yeah, I think it
Cover the
was.
game?
Yeah. Yeah, because they had an NBA 2K and they had an NCAA 2K as well.
Every pass play I did was with Kelly Washington. That's how old it was.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, you know what the sad thing is? Like, no disrespect, because people probably love Madden. I always preferred the EA game to Madden. Always. I'm sorry. If it's in the game, it's in the game. I mean,
Mhm.
honestly. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I love NCAA more than Madden.
Oh,
Madden,
hey, we got Larry
I love
Frank on.
everyone.
I'm Xbox too. Let's go. Look at
Oh,
this.
we're gonna start the dynasty.
I
So
used to
yeah,
go to GameStop for the midnight
I
release.
want to say it's
I
cross-platform.
did too.
I'm
Hey,
pretty sure.
I got NCAA cups at my mom's house.
Oh,
Hey, let me
I
ask
got
you this.
NCAA cups at my
Do,
mom's
do
house.
they even do midnight releases anymore? Like, I mean, it used to be for like all the games, like even like those ones that like those nerdy games, but like they were very
Yeah,
popular. I mean, the
yeah.
midnight people would be there camped out playing
They
cards and
would. They
Magic the
would.
Gathering while they waited or
I
something.
would,
They
I would, I
would,
would
man.
I would
They
always
would.
I'd always pre-order my games, and then I would just go like later the next day because most of them I were doing the midnight releases either working, school, or in the Marine Corps. So I was like, I'll just go after work.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I just think that we lived in such a time that was so amazing, guys. Honestly, that we should be publishing books about it because it's almost like we're ancient relics. It
Yeah.
seems like.
The only thing I'm mad about is I'm paying more now for a video game without a hard copy.
That
Mm.
is true because everything's
That is
downloaded,
crazy,
right?
right?
Everything's
That is
downloaded
wild.
now, right? So
That's
But
yeah.
that's
I
wild.
dropped over $100 for NCAA football.
Wow.
It took so long for this game to come out, man. And that's one thing I will say is the way that the graphics, the detail, it makes you feel like a kid again, man. It really does. It put me in the years of having people come up to my mom's house and play PlayStation at Prestwick You know what I'm saying? Like having your buddies over to, to play this video game.
Yep.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, it's special. So and so when is the official release date, guys? When is it? Like, I mean, I know people have pre-ordered it, but when does it hit
I
finally? Because it's July,
pre-ordered
right? I
it.
mean, so
Yeah, it is. I want to say the 19th, but I pre-ordered mine.
I pre-ordered mine too, so I get mine the 16th.
I get mine the 16th. I
so
get
it's
mine
coming up.
in
So
5 days.
shoot.
5 days.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, real
5 days.
quick, totally off topic, but I still got to throw it out there.
Yeah.
Next week, such a big week. Larry, I don't know if you saw how long you've been watching for, but I'm finally going to get the other championship ring. So it's going to be next to his brother. But not only do I have that next week to look forward to, but the release of the first part of the 3 parts for the final season of Cobra Kai comes out. And with Fanboy coming this past
Yo,
week, this week,
Fanboy is coming this
Fanboys
weekend,
this
right?
weekend in the convention center. It was a year ago that I got to meet Billy Zabka and Martin Coe, Johnny Lawrence, and Sensei John Kreese himself. And I shared the
Wow.
picture on Facebook. And you talk about two of the coolest dudes ever. And I love that show, and I can't wait for the
Man, I
release
want to
of
go
the
to
first 5 episodes.
Fanboy.
So yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
I can't go this year, but I got to go to
Yeah,
Fanboy like that,
I
nigga.
can't afford it this year either. But I will next I'm saving up my money for really awesome horror fest that's up in Louisville, Kentucky in October. And I'm actually going to meet Matthew Lillard and Skeet Ulrich, the OGs from the first Scream movie, and Chris Sarandon,
Wow.
Jerry Dandridge himself from the original Fright Night from 1985. It's a
Fright
guilty
Night.
pleasure of mine.
I didn't know if Matthew Willard's coming back for Scream 7.
I still believe that. Like
Mm.
everybody's telling me that, like, no, he hates the franchise. No, he told you that, so you would expect it. Stu Macher's still alive. It was just a
Yeah.
TV, guys. It was just a TV. Okay, he's the only one that not get shot in the head. Just remember that.
That's
Mm.
Yeah,
Mm.
I need something to watch until Power Book 2 returns in September. There you go. So, yep, there you go. Yeah. It seems like all the great shows are like on streaming services now. There's nothing
Yeah.
really good on like regular TV anymore because you can get away with stuff on the streaming service and you don't necessarily have to make a movie. You can make
Yeah.
like an epic journey of 10 episodes to tell a story as opposed to 2 hours. Try to cram things
I miss the old days where you had to jump over your couch, run to your kitchen, grab your snacks, grab your drink, jump back on the couch before the commercial break ended.
in. Hmm.
Just so you didn't miss anything.
And maybe use the bathroom. Maybe use the bathroom. So yeah, I mean honestly. So yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. 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 So. Oh yeah, Larry. You know what? And we might. That's a good segue because we'll talk about NBA here in a minute and so forth. Wait until WWE goes to Netflix. So let's talk a little.
Yo,
Let's talk a
when
little
they
bit
go
wrestling.
Netflix,
So yeah.
yeah, let's talk. Like, here's what I do like, and I started thinking about it. I'm getting to that point where I'm starting to compare wrestling. I'm a little bit. I'm a harder critique of wrestling now because I feel like I've seen almost everything with wrestling. There's nothing new under the sun with wrestling right now, and I will say the storyline they have with Drew McIntyre and CM Punk is what is by far my favorite thing right now.
Oh yeah.
That for me, that's at the top because SmackDown is not a better product than NXT. NXT has just been the better product, right? For me, Raw is still Raw.
Yeah.
I feel like
Raw will
Triple
always
H
be the
is
superior
really,
show.
really, that's his. That's his. Like I can tell where Raw is his, and I don't know what SmackDown is. I just don't know what SmackDown is. Like Money in the Bank, there wasn't a lot of pop, and then you're doing the venue out of the country. Like
Well, and here's the other thing too: Money in the
you
Bank.
can go on a European tour later. Like
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and again, this is another pay per view that was in Canada. I mean, technically you were in North America, but that was in Toronto, if I'm not mistaken. And then, Larry,
Another
thanks for
country.
bringing
Yeah.
this up. How in the world, in that championship match, that you have the botched referee count that should have made Seth champion at that point? You know, that was
Yeah.
horrible. That was, I mean, how do
That's
you,
what I'm
I
saying.
mean, oh my gosh. So, yeah, I mean, I think that was the
Yeah.
first move that Damian Priest did not do good, by the way, that he did not kick out when he needed to or whatever. I don't know what he was doing. So, yeah.
Mhm.
But you're right, though, man. Drew McIntyre. Yeah, go ahead, Shane. Go ahead. Go
Okay,
ahead.
like, you see them where they've screwed up before, and like they'll quickly change it. Like they must have really stuck to that storyline because that made no sense to me at all.
I'm telling you, man. The Drew McIntyre and CM Punk storyline is great because it's like the dude wins Money in the Bank and then he loses money. Like I love it. I
Mm-hmm.
love it. I love it. That's why I said like that is some of the best storylines, like stuff like that. I like when when WWE is in their bag like that. Like
Oh,
I
absolutely.
know it's something that's been seen before, but it's just in a way of where Drew is at his height, how CM Punk has been over for a decade and probably 2 decades. He's been over, like big time in
Mm-hmm.
wrestling.
See, this is my point right here. You guys have just named it. Larry's going to name it. We've just named 4 guys that could have been the dude to dethrone Roman if you really wanted it to be done. It shouldn't have been Cody Rhodes. I mean, and I'm not just hating.
I'm just
Damian
not.
Priest,
I'm not
Seth
sold.
Rollins, my goodness, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre is doing phenomenal stuff that they wanted him to do 11 years ago, and he's doing it now.
Yeah.
Better late
Drew
than never.
McIntyre, Drew McIntyre got hot in 2017, 2018. Like Drew McIntyre really got back in the good graces that 2018, 2017, 2018, then 2019, and then COVID happened.
Hmm.
Like he was ascending,
I mean, the poor guy
and
won
he's
in
like
an
a guy that can
empty arena. He won
and
the
he
belt in
can
an empty arena.
and he can carry. The thing about Drew McIntyre is believable.
He is.
Yeah.
He's a
He's
beast.
believable.
Yep.
You know his character, like that whole Scottish nightmare. Like he walks that character so well,
Hmm.
and it's believable now. Because
Mm.
at first when you saw Drew McIntyre, it was like Drew McIntyre, like him.
Hmm.
This is early, like
Yeah, when he was in 3-man
2011.
band and he started out and he had the
Yeah,
boyish
three man band.
he was really, I compared him
Three
to a
man
young
band was
Triple H. He when he came out with that
yeah,
long hair, he was like Hunter Hearst Helmsley when Hunter would like bow down and all that stuff before Hunter
but
owned it as
Hunter.
Triple H, you know? Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
yeah,
like but Hunter was believable as an aristocrat snob, but
he
he was a
was.
phenomenal wrestler.
Yeah.
Like his wrestling sold you on that. And
Mm,
it was like with him being such a snob and being able to have ring direction and tell a story in the ring, you were like, oh gosh, this Hunter Hearst Helmsley guy, he's gonna be
mm,
one of these. He's gonna be one of the guys that can carry the company. And he did. He's
mhm.
one of the guys that did carry the company.
His way to story tell the long story now is amazing.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm,
for sure. Well, and like I said, Drew has the look. He's always had the look. He's tall. He's got the muscles. Now he's got he had the good looks, and even with the accent, he can talk on the mic. He's funny. Like he can be
he's very
entertaining
funny,
and so forth. Yeah. So, the other thing we've got to laugh about is the soap opera of Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan.
man.
I mean,
Oh my
hey, let
god,
me just say this. She
that is
helped you
funny.
beat your dad. And what else are you going to do? I mean, she jumped into his arms like it was something out of like, I mean, my God.
But
And he
I really
gave
think.
it.
But I think Rhea Ripley is actually dating somebody like
Oh,
But
she
she's
just got
not.
married.
married. She
She's
just got
married.
married. She just got married to Buddy Matthews. So, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Buddy Matthews. Because
Yeah.
that's why it's funny. It's like she's married to Buddy Matthews,
Mhm.
but we used to live in a world where we would never know that.
We would not. That's right. That's right. Like we
We
believed that there was something going on between.
Yeah.
exactly
Yeah. The
like
only one that's single.
kayfabe at its best, man. We would have never known.
Yeah, the only one that's actually single in real life right now is Liv Morgan because she's no longer with Bo Dallas anymore.
Yeah, she's no longer with Bo
Yeah, so
Dallas.
yeah, but Ray, God love him, Dominic
Rhea.
has been married now to his longtime girlfriend for about a year. They got married last year, but they still had to keep up the ruse of him and mommy's on top. But now it's really funny because Dom is like living every guy's dream. You got your wife, you got your side chick, and then you got whatever you want to call Liv or whatever like that. So
I
I
don't
mean,
know what Liv is.
she's
I don't know what
dangerous,
Liv.
is what she is. So oh my
Man,
god,
Liv.
and that look on her face, it was like, wow, just wow,
Yeah,
Liv.
yeah,
She's
Liv.
she to sell it really well.
but
Oh, she
you
does.
know what news? You know what news rocked me though?
What was that?
Cena retiring.
Oh yeah, we got to talk
But
about.
it doesn't like it doesn't. My thing is once you go Hollywood a lot, like Cena's in a lot of movies,
He is.
and I feel like when guys make that jump to Hollywood, it's the writings on the wall.
Wife
Hey,
side
shout out to Larry
freak.
Frank Jr.
So
That was
shout out to
great.
Larry
That is
Frank on
great.
that
That is
one.
great.
So
Larry
That's
Frank
one
didn't
of
allow me to
those
comment
stuff
on
that
that.
the others won't do.
I love it. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you're right, Tooper, because it's like when you drink that Hollywood Kool-Aid, something just does something to you.
It's over.
Batista, all of them, it's done.
All
I
of them,
mean,
bro. Look like
More
go down
money.
the lineage in the list. It starts with Piper.
hmm
No, Hogan.
Okay.
It goes
Hogan, yeah.
Hogan, Piper,
Andre,
Tonga
Andre did
Kid,
Princess Bride.
Andre the Giant,
Yep,
Andre the Giant. Um,
Kane did some movies.
yep. Paul White,
yeah, come on.
Big Show. Big Show
Paul
was in a
White.
movie. Yeah, Big Show was in a couple movies. So
Big
yeah,
Show.
Stone Cold's been in a couple movies.
yep.
But let's go old school wrestlers. Think of Michael P.S. Hayes. Like, there's been other. What's my man's name that was in? What's my man's name was in No Holds Barred.
Oh,
He got
Zeus, Tiny Lister.
Zeus.
Yeah,
But
Debo.
okay, Zeus.
Yeah,
Zeus.
Debo.
Zeus Tiny Lister. Right. Okay. Zeus Tiny Lister. I don't even know how I forgot Debo. Remember the guy he kills in the movie?
Oh yeah.
Is that Dirty Dick? What was his name?
What was
What was
his
it? What is his name? Because he always used to chew on the tobacco. Like, and he would just have it like drooling off his mouth.
Oh,
Dirty, was he Dick something? I can't remember his name. Can't remember
and he
his
had
name.
the tobacco. Oh.
Had the tobacco.
Oh,
out
wait a
of his
minute.
mouth.
Wait. Look at Larry Frank.
Dick
Murdoch.
Murdoch.
Yeah, Dick Murdoch.
Oh, Kevin Nash.
Yeah.
Kevin
So
Nash
Dick
is a movie.
Murdoch.
Yeah,
So
Kevin
Dick
Nash was
Murdoch.
Super Shredder.
Yep.
Kevin Nash was Super Shredder in
Super
Teenage
Shredder.
Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. So, yeah. And he was the Russian in the Punisher movie that Thomas Jane was in 2004. He was the big
Yeah.
Russian. So, yeah.
But you think about all those guys.
What about I got one for you guys. Morgan, that played Morgan in Roadhouse. Terry Funk, who just died recently. Terry Funk was in Roadhouse, the original Roadhouse, the only Roadhouse. So
yeah, Terry Funk. That was Terry Funk.
Yep. So
I'm trying to think of who we're missing some names on this because there's some other guys that have been in movies, but that's what I'm saying. Once you get that Hollywood bug, it's a wrap. Because
it is.
you look at guys like Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Most of that's because of Hogan.
Yeah.
Sting got the Hollywood. Thunder in Paradise. Thunder in Paradise was the segue for all the wrestlers. Hey, we're gonna do some Hollywood now.
Oh, I know. Yeah, because and even like Baywatch had Shawn Michaels, had Ric Flair, Kevin Sullivan made a guest appearance on there. So
Kevin Sullivan made it.
Batista, Batista for
Batista.
sure. Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like Hollywood, once you're a wrestler and you go Hollywood, the time is ticking for you to retire early.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you're not gonna be in that. You're not gonna be in that realm for too much longer. And Cena, so it kind of surprised me, but it was like if he's going out in the right way of look at how they've weaved the storylines in WrestleMania with Cena, Rock, the bloodline. Like that was epic.
It was.
It
Well,
was
and you
epic.
talk about wrestlers, like that's what love him or hate him. I was a fan of his. The Undertaker's career was incredible. The fact that
Oh my God.
it was 30
It's
years, and
yeah,
he kept the same character, but there was Biker Taker, there was this type
yeah.
of
The
Undertaker,
variations of Taker. The
variations,
variations of Taker.
and to do it for 30 years, and the fact that you didn't go out when you could have, and now he's making up for that time, but if you think about it, he lived that character, and realistically, who knows how much money he left on the table by not maybe doing a horror movie as the Undertaker or something like that. I mean, you
That's the
never
thing
know.
I always
Yeah.
wondered is why, like in the wrestling aspect, Taker is one of he's on the Mount Rushmore. There's not too many guys that will say Taker is not one of the greatest to ever do it. There's
Mhm.
not many guys. I mean, Taker is sometimes between 1 and 2 on my list.
Oh, he has to be. I mean, he's up
It's like it, they have different variations from the mortician to like I want to say he went through that and then he went to the evil darkness or the
Yeah, he was like
darkness.
Satan. He was like a
Yeah,
vampire. Yeah, he was that.
that was
Some of the
cool.
when he broke his
That was
face when Yokozuna. Yeah, so I mean,
yeah,
he was
yeah,
Phantom
yeah,
of the
yeah. Well, that was
Opera.
like that was the Phantom. That was the Phantom Taker.
Yeah, yeah. Larry's got a good point. Same with Sting, from Beach Surfer to the Crow to the Wolfpack Sting. I mean, that was badass. No, that was
What we should have saw. What we should have. I wish we would have got a Sting Taker
had to. Oh, that was so much
at
money.
the. Oh my God! If we'd have got a Sting Taker WrestleMania 15,
Hmm.
or you know what I'm saying, like
Yeah.
some of those WrestleManias where Taker shouldn't have been fighting. Like some of those WrestleManias is like you kind of knew Taker was winning.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for
like
sure. Like, I mean,
nothing against Karma, but come on, like
yeah, I
you
know.
know what
I
I'm
know. It's
saying?
like,
Like, come on, I love Karma. I love Karma. I love the Godfather role. That's my
oh,
favorite Karma.
well, and think about that. Look at what that poor guy had to go through. I mean, he did Papa Shango, he did Kama, the fighting machine, but it was
Karma
the
was great.
Godfather role that really broke him out. Like, I mean,
Godfather role was his best role because
that's what
it's
I'm
his
saying.
real role. That
Like
was his
you
real
have to
role,
make a character. You've got to make a character for sure. So yeah, I mean, yeah. Taker
and you
fought
know,
Triple H in 3 Manias. You're right about that, and Sean
and it
for
was
two.
great. It
Yeah,
was
those
great.
matches were
It
phenomenal.
was great.
Yeah.
And I went to the one. I went to the one in Miami. I went to the one in Atlanta. The
Hmm.
Miami one. The Miami one was the best one.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Miami one
Taker
was the
should
best
have
one.
retired when the three of them were up on the apron. It was Shawn, Triple H, and Undertaker holding each other up at the end. That was the curtain call. That should have been the end of the era, honestly. So, yeah,
Yeah,
but
because it's like I love the direction that the company's going into, but the product of SmackDown has made me such a negative wrestling fan because I can't watch it.
hmm.
I just it's not it ain't watchable for me. It's just not
Larry
watchable right now.
Uso's doing some good stuff too. And again, look at that. That was from the bloodline. That whole storyline elevated so many things. And it almost would
Yeah,
have maybe made more sense for Jay Uso to knock off Roman, that it was like your family to become the tribal chief. I mean, again, I'm not trying to hate. It's just that I met up with a guy at a club over the weekend, and literally, like, he was wearing an acknowledge me shirt, and I said, "Dude, Roman Reigns," and he's like, "Oh yeah," and we talked for a minute, and we both agreed. I didn't know this guy from Adam, but we both agreed Cody Rhodes is a boring champion. I mean, that's what we came to the conclusion of. A
it ain't
boring
exciting.
champion.
It's not exciting.
It's not.
It's not exciting.
It's not. So
Like it was exciting to from the whole climb. You know what I mean? Because
yeah,
we saw Cody Rhodes have it handed to him.
Mm-hmm.
Like we know, like as wrestling fans, what I mean that is Ted DiBiase Jr., Randall Orton, Randy Orton,
Mm-hmm.
Cody Rhodes,
Legacy. Yeah.
legacy, right?
Yep.
Did them dudes not have did they not have the stimulus package of
I know, right? I
did
mean,
they
shoot.
not really have like dude, it's handed to you.
Yeah, you didn't need any more.
Here's what's gonna happen. RKO, you're gonna be Intercontinental Champion. Uh Rhodes and DiBiase are gonna be tag team champions of the world. Like it's handed to them dudes early, but they worked for it because Cody's a phenomenal, like technical wrestler.
Yeah, he can wrestle. Yeah.
He can really wrestle. But when we're going on to the point of entertainment value and can you be electrifying? Can you want 5-year-old kids run around flexing their arms to be you? That's just not for me right now.
Well, you
He's
know who I
good
think
though. It
you know
just
who I think like was phenomenal that Cody could have been like, but he's not. Eddie Guerrero in that type. You know, Eddie wasn't the biggest guy, but man, he could wrestle. He had the charisma. He was funny. Like when he would like throw that chair and then like play dead, that's the type of stuff that gets you entertained. And then driving out in a lowrider, you know, and it jumping up and down, like that is cool. That is cool.
yeah,
And
that's cool.
you know, and Cody just doesn't do that. I mean, you can only come out to that whoa, you know, all the time. I mean, that's it. So every time. I mean, yeah, yeah.
That is a good. I mean, I like it though. I do like it. I like his theme
Oh,
song
the theme
though. I
song's
do.
amazing. No, the theme song's
Yeah,
amazing. So, but look at this. Cody
yeah.
has the personality of a salad bar. Man. Wow. Now, is that Jason's Deli
Damn.
salad bar or Ruby Tuesday salad bar? Just throwing that out there. I don't know. So,
Ooh.
Tell
Cody Rhodes has the personality of a salad bar, no bacon bits. Whoa.
no
Oh
croutons. None
man.
of those nice croutons that they
Nah,
make
man.
at Ruby
I like
Tuesday.
Cody.
So,
Hey, please, any Cody Rhodes fans, if y'all watching this, do not be on the comments. Be like, man, y'all talking better. Dude, I like Cody Rhodes.
yeah.
It's just
Cody
as
had
the
the same
champion right
control.
now. I kind of wish. I kind of wish. I kind of wish Roman would. I kind of wish,
That's what I'm
but I knew what it.
saying.
But I like the storyline of what they were doing with Cody. But no, please, no Cody Rhodes fans, please do not come at me in the
I have
comments.
nothing
Please,
against Cody Rhodes himself. I
we
just
don't.
think that you had
Here at Rebels
five
of the
guys that
Cause,
could
we
have been the
don't.
dude.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah, dude. There's four dudes. We named four of them. Who
yeah.
are the four? Who are the
Well, it
four?
was Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins,
It was Damian Priest.
Damian
It
Priest,
was Drew, and then
Drew
CM Punk.
McIntyre,
CM Punk. I mean, they could have
CM
done some
Punk.
money.
Yeah.
They left some money on the table with CM Punk and Roman. I mean, I think. I mean, honestly, you know
Ooh,
that.
ooh, they
I.
did. They did.
So
They did. They left a lot of money on the table.
I mean, I know that he got
They
hurt,
left
but
some money.
you know, have Roman win the match, and then when CM Punk's cleared, let Roman and him fight it out at SummerSlam or something. And then let me ask you this: what do you all think about now? They're finally giving
Ooh.
our boy Walter. That's not his name now. I forget what he's called now, but they're giving him against Damian at SummerSlam to headline for the championship now. So the one who lost to Sami Zayn, I can't remember his name.
He lost to Sami Zayn.
He was the longest Intercontinental champion.
Oh, you're talking about Gunter.
Gunter. I keep calling him Walter from the NXT days, but it's Gunter. I keep forgetting it, but
You
yeah.
know what? As far as technical wrestling, yeah, I yeah, I pay to see that. Like he's definitely one.
Larry wants the Cody fans to come for him. He ain't afraid of nobody,
Thank you.
man,
Hey, thank
honestly.
you,
So,
Larry Frank. Thank
yeah.
you, Larry Frank. Thank you, and Larry Frank. See, that's
Larry's a good
appreciate
shield
that.
right there. So, yeah.
Hey, Larry Frank, man, appreciate you because I ain't got time to deal with these fools about no wrestling. Like, I'm really a thug. I'm really in these. No, I'm just playing. I'm not. But if it come down to it, I'm really not. No,
I
no,
think the
scratch
saddest
that.
part is that you hit it on the head though too, Pair. NXT and Raw are the superior shows, and SmackDown is Friday
Yes,
Night Snore. That's what it is. It's Friday Night
I'm not
Snore.
lying. Hey, NXT has been really good lately.
Yeah, yeah. I just hope
It's
that these
been really.
guys get used correctly when they get brought up. That's
Yeah,
the
you
thing.
know what I like?
That's the problem.
I'm gonna tell you what's my favorite. Chase U.
Yeah.
Chase U is hilarious. That is funny. See, that reminds you of a young like DX, but in a college field. You know what I mean? Like I
Hmm.
like that. Like that's cool. Like Chase University. I like what they're doing with Trick Williams. Trick Williams is gonna be a star.
Hmm.
Like when Trick Williams gets on the main roster, he's really building. I like Trick Williams a lot. Trick
I
Williams is
think
gonna be a future champion.
I think Triple H, where Kevin Dunn failed on a lot of guys that were phenomenal in NXT, but he's like, oh, I don't know how to market him. Well, that's your fault, dude. You know, I mean, did you really talk to the wrestler? Why can you not? Why is he so successful in NXT, but he can't do it when you bring him up to Raw or SmackDown, respectively, Kevin? I think Triple H and his people know how to do that now. I
Yeah.
really believe that. I believe that. Now, I want to one last thing with wrestling before we move on to NBA. And Larry, you this too, Shane, you as well. Shelton Benjamin was actually asked and quoted that his faction and Bloodline not mixing it up while they were both on SmackDown was a lost opportunity, that money was lost on the table. I would have loved to have seen that. In fact, not only their faction, I would have loved to have seen maybe Judgment Day and the Bloodline go at it. I mean, who says that two heel factions can't go against each other? Honestly, where does that say that anywhere? So, you're in my territory. Gangs fight all the time for territory. And
They
they ain't
do.
good guys. I mean, so why does it have to be good versus bad when you just want to be the baddest dogs in the yard? Simple as that. So.
Oh, hey, real quick, I don't know if y'all saw this. Monty Kiffin died today.
Are you
Monty
kidding?
Kiffin
Lane
passed
Kiffin's
away.
father
Wow.
died? Okay. Wow. Wow. Well, I'm sorry to hear that because that guy's been a coach for many, many years. So, his son was a douchebag, but,
The, the
he,
Tampa
he,
2.
he could coach. Yeah. So he could coach for sure. So, yeah. And Larry agrees. Damn right. The Hurt Business versus Bloodline would have been must see TV. Absolutely. That
Ooh,
would have
they
been.
should have kept the Hurt Business.
Oh
They
my
should have kept the
gosh.
Hurt
That would
Business.
have been
The
amazing
Hurt
to
Business
see.
versus the Bloodline.
Yeah. I mean, and here's the thing,
They,
Shelton, as old as
they
he is, can
missed out on that.
wrestle. I mean, he can still
Yeah,
wrestle like anybody's
they
business.
missed out with that though. They missed out with the Bloodline versus. Ooh, that would have been nice. The Hurt Business versus the Bloodline.
Yeah. All right. So, like, now instead of moving from wrestling, let's talk about what do you want to do? NBA free agency, NBA Summer League? We can talk about both. What do y'all want to talk about on this one?
Well, let's go free agency.
Okay.
The one that I did not think that would happen did happen. Paul George going to the Sixers.
Real,
Didn't think it would happen.
real quick, imagine the promos with Heyman versus MVP on the mic. That's what I'm saying, man. That would have
Ooh,
been
they
gold.
missed out on that.
Missed
They missed out on
opportunity
that.
right there.
Missed
Yeah.
opportunity. They could have made a lot of money with that.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a
They could have
doubt.
made a lot of money with that. So NBA free agency. The things that really stick out to me were Harkenstein to the Thunder. I think that made a big move for what they want to do out west because they're trying to compete with Dallas and Denver and Minnesota. I thought that was a big move. Um, Let me see. Keep going down the
DeMar
list of
DeRozan,
guys.
I mean, I can't believe
Going to
that. What the
Sacramento.
hell happened there? I
Sacramento.
mean, geez.
Sacramento. Chicago blew it again. Chicago blew it again.
What
I'm
you
I'm
talking
sorry,
about?
interested.
Larry.
I'm
What
interested in where Zach Levine is gonna go. Like, is Zach Levine gonna stay in Chicago?
Does anybody want him? I mean,
I don't know.
I know that
Uh,
the Heat were trying to get rid of Duncan Robinson, and nobody wanted Duncan Robinson. So yeah, but
but losing Caleb Martin is huge, man.
yeah, that was bad.
He's He's a dog, and one of the more interesting ones besides that, Tobias Harris has made a lot of money in the NBA.
Yes, he has.
You see how much this man got 52 of them things.
Mm-hmm.
I love Tobias Harris. I
Mm-hmm.
love Tobias Harris. Regular season Tobias Harris and playoff Tobias Harris have been two different things in his career.
Yep.
Yep.
Regular season Tobias Harris is all-star level, impactful level, but he's such a great leader, man. Like
Mm-hmm.
he's such a good pro. He's a veteran that look, he understands the NBA. Like he grew up around the NBA.
Yeah.
And 52 million for Detroit, and he played in Detroit very well and was almost an all-star. That
Yeah.
one sticks out to me.
Yep.
Like in Detroit, just hiring JB Bickerstaff, that's kind of interesting to me, man. It like the free agent moves and the coaching moves
The Bulls always
all the
setting new
time.
lows, and Larry's been a part of it since Jordan retired. Honestly, that must be hard. Honestly, that
Like
really
they
is.
lose
So,
the
yeah,
Rosen, they lose the Rosen, and never even really got to experience ball.
they
Soggy
didn't.
fries,
Look at this Popeyes chicken sandwich, soggy fries, and dry ass
fries and dry
biscuits.
biscuits.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Bulls
man.
management. So, and, and,
Man,
and
hey,
you know what the
hey,
Bulls.
Jerry Krause rolling over in his grave.
Hey, can I just
God
say
bless
this?
his
This is
soul.
the Bulls management to their fans. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Like that's what it really is like, honestly. So yeah.
I feel
Gary
like
Crop all
man, I
over
feel
me.
like management. It, you know what? They're the franchise that's not going to recover from '98. Like they're almost like
Letting go of Phil and losing Michael cost them everything where they're at now.
What the hell
yeah.
happened?
They are cursed.
It's you know what it's like though. It's like when you remember the Houston Comets after they won their four, and then
WNBA? Yeah.
they never won again, and then
No.
they just folded. Like they never like I don't want the Bulls to ever fold. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a big part of my childhood is rooting. I don't care what anybody says. You can have a favorite team, but damn it, you wanted to see Michael Jordan win the damn championship
Well,
every time.
here's the thing.
I
Like,
was a
like
Heat fan, and if it came to the Bulls, I want them to win every time.
That's what I'm talking about right there. That's a perfect example because the Lakers and the Celtics have always been the royalty. You know what I mean? But you had the
Yeah,
bad boy Pistons, but these Bulls teams were
those
up there.
Bulls
Like those.
teams.
I mean, even though Chicago has 6 rings, those
Yeah,
6 rings were dominant. They were not.
dominant ring.
There was no. Come
There's
on.
no they got lucky and hit a
No, they
free
beat.
throw or
Please, I mean, they won
no. They
handily.
they they
There was
they
no
won.
doubt.
It was the Chicago Invitational in the playoffs.
They never went 7.
Mm-mm. No, they
Chicago
either
never
won
went
in 5 or
7.
6, or they swept. I mean, one of the two. I mean, shoot. So
Or
yeah,
gentleman sweep. No,
gentlemen's sweep.
5-6 or gentleman sweep. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
Lakers was
they
four
never.
one.
Yeah,
They
I
never
mean,
got close to game 7.
no,
It never
no.
got close.
I mean, they tried to make it Magic Johnson's versus Michael Jordan. They tried to do Clyde
4-1.
versus Michael Jordan. They tried to do
4-2.
Barkley versus Michael Jordan.
Four two.
They tried to do Sean Kemp and Gary Payton versus Michael
Four
Jordan.
two.
And then they tried to do Karl Malone versus Michael Jordan.
4-2.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Oh
telling
no,
you,
they did it twice.
they
They
did it
got to steal
twice.
twice.
Yeah,
They lost back-to-back years.
that's the thing. Larry's right. That one Bulls team, they were pretty stoked with Joakim Noah, Derrick Rose, Carlos Boozer, and yet it happened, and then it all went down when Derrick Rose blew his knee. That was it. All
Yeah,
because of
when
Tom
Derrick
Thibodeau.
Rose blew his knee out, man,
Yep.
I felt like the whole city of Chicago because Derrick Rose was, dude, young Derrick Rose,
Ooh.
young Derrick Rose,
Yeah.
Chicago Derrick Rose.
Well, you want to know something though? That
Hey.
Bulls team, that Bulls team matched up with the Heat better than the Celtics did because if you think about it,
Yes,
they
it
had
did.
Derrick Rose at point guard, Luol Deng could guard LeBron,
Yep.
Boozer was at power forward, and then you had Joakim
Yep.
Noah at center. I mean, like you had a very
You
stacked
had
Bulls
a
team that year.
a
So yeah,
championship caliber team.
yeah,
It
yep.
was, yeah, and Rose, man, I felt like the whole city of Chicago just when he got hurt, and it never was this
It
like
never healed.
it never was like that's the way I feel about John Wall. Like John Wall, Derrick Rose, it used to be guards. I used to hear stories about guards getting the D Rose flu, and I
Mhm.
didn't think it existed until I heard Raymond Felton on a podcast of Theo Pinson
Oh man,
saying people used to catch the D Rose flu where they would not play. Talking about, oh man, like I ain't feeling too good tonight. I ain't gonna get in this game. Like I didn't know. I didn't know it was a real thing
it's a real
that
thing.
people.
So,
Yeah, the D Rose flu. Man,
wow.
I can believe it though.
Well, when you mention a guy like a Derrick Rose or you mention a John Wall, like if you saw them in college, I mean, they led their teams practically to almost national championships. They fell short. Derrick
Yeah,
Rose more
so,
so because of the Mario Chalmers three, but like
mm,
literally though, John Wall leads them to the Elite Eight, and then they just have a bad night against
they just
West
had a
Virginia.
bad night.
They had a
They
bad
couldn't
night.
hit anything.
They
They
couldn't hit
let they
nothing.
let Joe Mazzulla
Joe
become a
Mazzulla. So, yep.
they let Joe Mazzulla become the guy to go to a Final Four and win an NBA Finals. Like he
Yeah.
can say that. Like
He
I went
can.
to a
He
Final
he
Four and
can.
win
I
it.
went to a Final Four and won the
Yeah,
brought Boston the championship. But yeah, like I just think about that, and then the opposite. You saw Kyrie Irving for what 8 games at Duke be phenomenal, hurt
10 or
his toe,
11, 10 or
and then
11.
like
Yeah.
basically blows up in the NBA. So you talk about like it's still like you got to have a point guard. You've got to have
Oh
somebody
man,
that like
somebody
really
can run the
drives
team.
it and so forth. And I think about this. The Heat were the team that had the worst record, but the Bulls won the lottery. Could you imagine if Derrick Rose had gone to the Miami Heat as opposed to them having to take Simeon
Beasley,
or Beasley, Michael Beasley?
Beasley.
That was it. Yeah. So,
But you know what,
yeah.
Beasley. I mean, there's just nothing wrong with taking
No,
Beasley. It
no.
just for what Miami needed, Beasley. I don't think people realize how good Michael Beasley is at playing basketball.
Yeah.
He's one of the best one-on-one players uh, that I've seen in college.
Could
Like,
you imagine if he
cause he
was
was,
6'11" as opposed to 6'8"? That was the problem right there. He was a
oh my
tweener. He was like
god,
right in that, I mean, he
yeah,
wasn't a guard, but he wasn't a post player, like I mean, he
yeah,
was
like
yeah.
Derek Williams, like
Yep,
you know what
like
I'm
Derek
saying,
Williams.
Derek Williams, yeah, like because you look at Derek Williams at Arizona, and then you see him in the league, you're just like, it's not the same guy that was in Arizona. This guy, the dude in Arizona, looks like a guy that can carry my franchise. The
Mhm.
dude in the league is pretty good, but seventh or eighth man coming off of Cleveland bench.
I mean, yeah.
Mhm.
What about the Kawhi Leonard? Not, we have to talk about so he's not playing
Yeah,
and he got
he's not playing.
replaced, but nobody even
Yeah.
thought to bring Jason Tatum or Brown from the
No,
Celtics. I mean, or what
no,
happened?
Tatum's out there. You mean
Tatum's
Brown?
out there,
You mean
but Brown, yeah.
yeah.
Why wasn't Brown brought out there? I mean, they should have maybe gotten Brown.
Brown was at the ESPYS with his boo stain that played with the Chicago Sky.
Way to go, Jalen Brown. So way
You
to
see,
go. We get serious when
man,
we give that look. So
dude,
we get serious.
You seen Jalen Brown? You go look up Jalen Brown at the ESPYS. Shout out
I'm
to my man
playing.
Jalen Brown though.
I'm playing.
Nah, I feel like they went with Derek White because for one, they should have went with Jalen. They should have went with Jalen Brown. So if they would have had Jalen Brown, Drew, and Jason, that's taking off some steam from this championship team.
Hmm.
Like That's a lot of games that you're putting on those
That
guys.
is
So
true. That is true.
the Derek White option I thought was smart. I think that was a Boston move. That was a Brad Stevens move.
Mm-hmm.
Brad ain't about to have Jason and Jalen to be out there. He'll give you Drew and Jason, but he ain't gonna give you Drew, Jalen, and Jay. That's too
Yeah,
many
that ain't gonna
J's.
happen. So
Yeah,
no,
that's too many. That's too many J's, and they ain't smoking that much in Paris. So
it's true.
they
Yeah,
ain't smoking that much in
I'll
Paris.
tell you one thing. Like they got pushed to the limit by the team select or whatever too, and I think that might make them better
Yeah,
too.
but that was a wake up call.
It was.
That's a wake up.
Yeah,
But the Canada, the way they looked against Canada, I wasn't never worried. It's like Canada is playing their hearts out.
they are.
They're playing their hearts
They
out.
got some players. I mean, they
They
got some
got some players,
players. So shoot,
but right now in the third quarter, I'm rewatching the game. It's 44-36. Like this is when Team USA pulls away. Team USA pulls away at moments like this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Team USA pulls away in moments like that.
Yeah.
No, this is true. No, this is true. So, well, speaking of NBA, what about the summer league? My goodness, did anybody see Bronny? He airballed a shot or something, and it was
I'm
like,
only,
oh
I'm
my
only
god,
watching a couple of games of it, and that was just to see Dalton Connect, see what he was doing, see how he was doing.
yeah. Yeah. I saw Dalton Connect had a good game the other day
Yeah,
against the Heat. So yeah, I mean he did pretty good. So
yeah. I call like their first two games just to see how he's going to look in the pros. First game, his shot selection was good. Nothing was really falling, but he still made a bunch of free throws. But I think what Bronny had 4 points in 22 minutes or some shit like that.
I mean, Larry, you're a Laker hater. What's going on with that? Honestly, so Mahomes just won Best Male Athlete award at the ESPYS. Guess he sucked up screaming as Ace Smith in an airport bag.
That's hard. That's funny.
Man, Larry's
Hey, no,
bringing it
Dom,
tonight.
how good it? Hey, my bad. I was off camera, but Dom Connect in summer league.
Yeah, no, I mean it was good. Like I mean,
Dante 20 point. I mean, hey, it's summer league. Guys are just really getting a sweat, but he's the most ready guy
Yeah.
out of.
yeah.
I like Zach. I like what Zach Edey looked like too, and the fact that Memphis. How crazy is the state of Tennessee? Edey knocks out our team that makes an Elite Eight and goes to Memphis.
I know.
The irony.
It is. It is. It is the irony.
At this point, I don't think East Tennessee or anybody in Knoxville claims Memphis as part of Tennessee now.
Yeah.
Well, and the Heat
But
draft
it is
did good in his debut too. He did pretty good. The big center from Indiana, he did pretty good.
The Titans and the Grizzlies giving everybody in East Tennessee reasons why not pull for them because freaking the quarterback from Kentucky, Levis, drafted over Hooker, and then Edey going to Memphis. Like, you don't just not care about the fan base over here.
But you know what, though? I feel like it works out for Hendon a little bit better, though, because he's playing behind a perennial All-Pro.
Yeah.
Like, Jared Goff is damn good, man. Like, say what you say. He's been to how many NFC championships? He's been to how many Super Bowls?
Yeah.
Granted, they got over the hump, but he wasn't the problem. I don't think.
No, he wasn't. No,
he wasn't the problem.
They had other issues that they finally had to solve. So
yeah, they had other issues they had to finally solve, and then the offense stalled on them against New England. Like Sean McVay was basically loving on Bill Belichick too much to be like, I'm playing against him in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So That's not on Jared Goff. I think I would have loved to see Hendon Hooker. I would have loved to see Hendon Hooker at the Titans, but
Mhm.
when they drafted uh like Levis and they got Malik Willis, they already had Malik Willis there, and we haven't seen Malik Willis throw too much
They
there.
stink. The Titans
They
stink.
stink.
They
Titans do
stink.
stink.
So
They
they
do stink.
do.
They do. They
I,
do.
I've changed my fandom
Like
over the past few seasons.
the Titans stink so bad they fired Mike Vrabel. Like, how do you fire Mike Vrabel?
Well, and you know what the worst thing is, and Larry, I don't know what you get with where you live, but if you don't have the direct Sunday ticket, you're like stuck with the regional game. And we always get the Titans, whether they're at 1 o'clock or 4 o'clock on Fox or CBS. And it's like there's so many better games on, and we have to watch this product. Even when they show the stadium, it looks like it's like something out of the Adams Family. It looks like crap.
Well,
It really does. So I mean,
that's why you get NFL Red Zone, man.
you do. You
You
got to get the red zone.
you gotta get NFL
Sunday
Red
tickets,
Zone.
basically.
There's no reason for you to be watching games on CBS, bro. NFL Red Zone.
And CBS has gotten rid of half the staff again, but yet Fox keeps the rodeo together, man. I prefer the Fox crew compared to the
Oh,
CBS crew.
CBS isn't that good. I don't like. I don't. I like Fox coverage because it's been original. It's really the same guys from CBS to Fox.
Jailbroken fire stick, my brother. I like that. So
Noted.
yes,
Noted.
yeah, yeah. I just remember the days of Chris Berman and Tom Jackson breaking it down. Remember that?
NFL
Oh,
prime
My
time.
gosh, man.
NFL prime
Dun, dun, dun,
time.
dun, 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 dun. He could go all the way.
rumbling, run,
Prime
rumbling, rumbling,
time.
rumbling.
And the music,
No,
the
the
jingles
best.
that they did. Dun
Oh
dun dun
man.
dun 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 dun. Dun.
The dun, 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 dun.
Oh,
And then they'd have prime time. Prime time.
so good, so good.
And then, like, do you remember wide receiver Michael Jackson? Whenever he
Yes,
would catch a pass,
yeah,
Tom
yeah. And
Jackson
then
would
they
go,
go, yeah, that's right. So yeah, I mean, I remember
oh
that.
man.
Oh my
Our
god.
our one's my favorite is when he would do the colleges, and Chris Berman, if it was a play by a Louisville Cardinal player, and Chris Berman, he'd be like from, and then Tom Jackson, Louisville. Oh, it used to be great.
I mean,
Oh,
yeah,
that used to be
those were
great.
the days, man. And then, like when you heard certain jingles, like you knew it was college football, like dun 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 dun, dun and then that football player, like would just come right at you and so
Oh,
forth.
CBS.
Oh,
Yeah,
man,
man.
so good, so
Oh my God. Yeah, hey, you know what? Like when John Clayton passed, when Chris Mortensen passed,
yeah,
uh Stuart Scott, John Saunders, that was my childhood.
dude, John
When
Saunders.
Stuart Scott passed, like that one hurt me because that one,
Yeah,
like that just.
Stuart Scott is one of the reasons why I'm, doing this.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like
You're right
Stuart
though about
Scott,
John
man.
Saunders,
Stuart
Mike
Scott.
Tirico. I mean, those were the dudes back
Mm,
then. So, Tirico's now what on NBC, I believe. But my goodness, like he's been where all of them
Tarico.
are at. So Mike Tirico, yeah,
Yeah,
Syracuse
Tarico, man.
finest, Syracuse finest. So
Love
yeah,
Mike Tirico.
yeah,
Mike Tirico is the goat, man. He's done it all. Like
yeah.
he did Monday Night Football. He's done Sunday Night Football forever. Like
What about Greg Gumbel? Is he better? Because remember, didn't he miss the tournament because he was sick or something? Like there was something going on with Greg
I,
Gumbel. He's been in everything
yeah,
too.
yeah.
So
Greg
yeah,
Gumbel's been. I think Greg Gumbel's announced what, a Super Bowl,
he's done the
a
Super
Final
Bowl,
Four.
Final Four. Um, finals. He's got to have done the
Mm,
finals when he was on NBC.
ooh, Greg Gumbel did NBC, didn't he?
Yeah, because him and Bryant were on there. Bryant
Did
was the
he
older
do
brother that went to
NBC
yeah.
and CBS?
He's been at both. I know he's been at both. So yeah,
Yeah,
I mean
he's been at both. Greg Gumbel's been everywhere.
Bryant Gumbel was on NBC before he went to HBO. He did HBO
Yeah,
Sports. sports or what have you, Bryant Gumbel. So
Didn't
yeah,
he just retire?
he
Bryant
did.
Gumbel
He
just
did it. Yeah,
retired?
these guys are older now. I mean, and
Yeah.
who's the big one from Sports Center that just retired coming up, or he just
John
retired?
Anderson.
John Anderson. So he's been doing it for a while. So
But
yeah.
John Anderson is crazy. So John Anderson was there 25 years.
Wow.
Like Steve Levy has been there since forever.
Hey, let me just tell you this, Larry. I used to hate watching Lou Holtz because he was like Daffy Duck. Like that's how it was,
He was
man. I
funny
mean,
though.
he
Like
was funny.
I
So
tell you,
yeah.
I like ESPN when they had Mark May though. Mark May was funny. Like he was funny. Like
Whatever
uh
happened to him? What's he doing now? Mark
I
May?
don't know. Mark May. I
Because I
don't
remember
know if
they
Mark
had him
May's
and
doing.
Trev Alberts on there for a while,
Yeah,
and
Trev Albert.
yeah.
But you remember one of the sideline reporters, Adrian Karsten?
Yes, yeah. He died tragically. He died.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like I think he OD'd or he was either alcohol or something, and he died in a car accident or something. So
Yeah, man, he was
Adrian
like one of my
Karsten.
favorite sideline reporters, man.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
he'd always have the fresh gear on. His gear was fresh, man. I was
Uh,
thinking about that the other day.
all right,
And
I
lit
got one for you guys. Sideline reporter Jill Arrington, back in the day.
my what's my girl Allie LaForce though?
Allie LaForce, yeah,
Allie
yeah.
LaForce is tough. You know who else is tough though? Chris Budding is tough.
She was here at Channel 10.
She was here at Channel 10. Chris Budding is tough.
Hey,
And
between you and me, my boy, who I went to school with, dated her, Josh West. That's all I'm gonna do right there. Shout out to Josh West. That's all I'm
shout
gonna
out to
say.
my man Josh West. Shout out to Josh West, wherever you
Chris
are.
Button.
Chris Budding is tough.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, Chris Budding is tough. Man, she's tough. Chris Budding is tough. Oh,
She was here at WBIR Channel 10 for a minute and then moved on. So
I'm not
she was
gonna I'm
good.
not gonna
She was
I'm
good.
not gonna lie. The women covering the WNBA. Oh my gosh. Ooh, you want to talk about fun?
Look at Larry Oliver right here. Larry Pam Oliver with the crooked wig that looked like a Daniel Boone raccoon hat. Woof.
Man, Pam Oliver.
Pam
Hey,
Oliver.
do
So
y'all
yeah.
remember when Larry Fitzgerald had the smelling salts and put it near Pam Oliver? That was great.
Oh.
That was great. That was great. That was one of the great moments in sports history.
Who was the
One of-
girl? Who was the sideline reporter that was on ESPN for a long time? And Ray Mawagoa got behind her and did the little thing. Who was that? She was hot. I forgot her
Was
name. What
it
was
that wasn't Aaron Andrews,
it?
was
It
it?
was Aaron Andrews. It was Aaron Andrews.
Uh,
But Ray Mawagoa.
hey, you know who else? She isn't with ESPN anymore. Susie Colbert.
Susie Colbert. Yeah. Does anybody
Susie
remember
Colbert.
when what's
Mm,
his name got drunk? Joe Namath, and
Yowza.
he's like, "I just want to kiss you, Susie."
He
Joe
thought
Namath.
he said what every red-blooded American was thinking at the same time. He said we was like this.
Uh huh.
We
Uh huh.
yeah.
He liked
Oh
those Susie
Chris
Colbert.
McKendry.
Chris
Chris
McKendry.
McKendry. Oh, Chris McKendry. Chris McKendry. See, the only
Gosh.
reason why I watch Wimbledon. Nah, I watch Wimbledon because I watch Wimbledon. Man,
Oh Lord.
man, yeah.
Oh
Chris
gosh.
McKendry.
Golly. Golly.
Chris McKendry.
Man.
But no, NBA Summer League. I tell you who I really was impressed with. Keontae George for the Utah.
Mm,
He knows how to get a bucket.
mm-hmm.
Like he knows how to get a bucket. Like that, you can see the way he played from Baylor to his first year in the league. He's understanding the league a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm really excited for him to make a next jump next
Well, and
year.
I'll tell you this, like the Sixers needed any more help with who they've acquired. Jared McCain showed out with 19
He
points and all
did.
that three-point shooting. So it's like they needed any
Yeah.
more help. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I
goodness
like what
gracious.
Jared McCain looked like too. He looked good.
Did the French guys show out? I didn't even get to see them yet. The French guys that got
I
picked, I haven't
haven't.
seen
No,
them.
no,
Yeah.
no. I haven't seen them play yet. But I will say the Heat did it again. They hit the mark.
Is this Troy Smith? Troy Smith caught us live on a Thursday night. How nice is that? So look
Troy
at
Smith
that.
did.
So 2 points, and then he airballed that one shot when the game wasn't even going on or
All
whatever.
right.
I mean, good
So
God.
y'all wanna let's get into the Bronny. Okay. This what I
Get
do
into it.
not like. This what I don't like. How come when Dalton Connect puts up 20 points, it kind of goes unnoticed, and Bronny puts up a striking 2 of 9, but the next game he doesn't play because of his knee, but he plays in the next the game after that, and his defensive prowess because he had like what 2 or 3 blocks, like defensively, but you got to be able to do it on the other end,
I know.
like you got to be able to do it on the other end.
This
It's
isn't
summer
hockey where
league.
you bring in the defensive guy or whatever like that. This isn't hockey. I mean,
This
goodness
isn't. Yeah,
gracious.
you need 3-and-D guys, but are you a 3-and-D guard?
What about the guy that hit
Guy that
40
hit
on him?
40 on him. Oh no, he was on a point to prove something though.
Mm-hmm.
Jacob Ford. Oh, Aldis Arms went crazy for the Kings too. He went wild. He went wild.
I wonder if that organization is going to finally get it together. That's another one that's kind of a head scratcher that's never
Sacramento.
recovered from that 2002
Western
game
Conference Final.
playoffs. Yeah,
Oh
you talk
man,
about a team that's not recovered. Them, I mean, shoot.
they stole a championship from that city, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like they like for real. Like as good as the Shaq and Kobe era was and is, that's kind of one of them ones where the NBA, well, not the NBA, the referee got what they wanted, and that's where they say is
Was that back there?
all about
The
who's really controlling the game.
Yeah, I mean, it was '02. That was 2002, and as far as I'm concerned, that was the damn NBA Finals. I mean, because the Nets got absolutely swept the next when they met the
And
Lakers.
the
I mean,
Nets
good
had a tough
gracious.
time to get past. When you knew the Nets had a tough time against Boston, when they had a great lead against Boston, I think they beat Boston 4-2, and Truth and Twan were really coming to their own, and that was a really good year for basketball anyway, and they were really
Mm.
balling. But yeah, man, I look at that, and you really see where the league is going now.
Mm.
Like the league is going. Look, the league is just it gets. I feel like it's getting better, but there's just some parts of the league that is like very watered down. You
It
know what I'm
is.
saying?
Oh
Very
my
watered
God,
down.
without a doubt.
it's
But
hard for me
summer
to
league is helping. Like summer league helps for the NBA because one thing about summer league, you may not know who some of these guys are, but you will find out about the future stars of tomorrow. And that's what I like about the NBA. They're great at telling the story of their league and who's next up in their realm. And the fact of with the NFL tells a great story because there's storylines going on in the off season. Like football's never really over.
It's never over. No,
Football's
I've now
never
learned
over.
that. I've now learned that. So yeah.
Ronnie is not NBA ready. He's only in the league because of his dad.
Look at what Troy. I think Larry's got to run for his money with what Troy just wrote. The way we avoiding to talk about how Roddy not NBA ready is like how folk think Michael Jackson white kids are actually his. We know the truth, bro.
We do know the truth. Like they try to make it, he can only play defense to me. He
Uh-uh.
can't get his own shot. He went 2 of 9.
And what?
2 of 9.
In what, like 22 minutes of playing time?
Bad. Like
He airballed the shot when the game wasn't even going on, like how some people like to shoot when the game's not going on. He airballed it, and he wasn't even near the elbow. For God's sakes! I mean, goodness gracious.
Nah, he gonna
He
need a
is
lot
like
of.
gonna be a microscope. Like he's a
He's gonna be
pubic
a
hair under
2-way
a microscope.
contract.
I mean, he really,
He's
he's
a
like, uh,
two-way.
yeah.
Look, I don't care if he say he don't want to play a 2-way and they want to get on the court for the nostalgia purposes of saying that they did it. Look, this ain't Ken Griffey Jr. This ain't Ken Griffey. The Lakers are trying to win a championship, but yeah, is this a side like my guy? Like we know, dude. I think he should have went to Duquesne. If he goes to Duquesne, puts up 20, 23 points a game, then oh yeah, he does.
He does.
Yeah, a lot. He does.
You don't even pass
He
gas
does.
right at this point. So
Exactly. But nah, man, like I just don't think he ready for this. Think about this. Where is he going to be on the rotation?
Nowhere.
Where is he going to be on the rotation?
Left bench.
Water boy. Clipboard holder.
Like, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, maybe they know something we don't. Maybe he's going to, but not the way he looked at USC. Not the way he looked at the combine. Not the way he looked in Summer League. Like, 209?
There was nothing he did at USC that impressed me. It's like, okay, he's league ready. Right. Like he had the health scare and everything, but he's still not ready. He should have transferred like he originally said he was going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And got another year under his belt and then gone to the league.
Yeah. Think if he'd got really like if he'd got Drew Joyce to coach him a year in college, think of how different of a player he would have been with a guy like Drew Joyce coaching him in college.
I'm just going to throw this out there. Quincy McCall has had a better NBA career than Bronny James.
Thank you. Appreciate that. I appreciate it.
I had to look up the name real quick just to say.
That's one of my favorite movies.
It is a great movie. It's tight. It's a tight movie. So.
You did. See, look, you know I want a Heisman.
That's
you
right.
know I want an NCAA national.
Yeah, right. You did. So you were one and
done. I was in the Cleveland Indians farm system.
That's right.
You didn't know I was a boxer.
That's right.
You ain't know I was a DJ.
That's it.
You got confused now.
You are Omar Epps' stunt double. You really are. So yeah, Bow Wow and Like Mike would bust Bronny James's ass. Even the little kid with the blonde hair and the glasses. Even he.
Michael Jordan's son, Marcus Jordan, would bust Bronny.
Didn't he do that to Pippen's wife? Oh, I'm sorry. Too soon. No. I don't know. Wait a minute. So wait a minute.
Anybody playing anybody in the show clip.
It's better. Some Gucci flip flops.
Hey, Joanna Man is doing better than Bronny James right now. I'll go even harder right now. So Joanna Man.
Hey, the Flint Tropics are doing better.
Marlon Wayne's character in The Sixth Man.
Yes. Oh, Will Ferrell in Semi-Pro.
Will Ferrell.
Andre 3000 in Semi-Pro.
Yeah.
Andre 3K in Semi-Pro.
Golly. So, oh my goodness, man. Oh, Lord. So, you know what? And the soap continues. That's all I'm going to say. And the soap continues when it comes to the Bronny James and so forth.
Yeah, it's like a soap opera.
It really is. I mean, I know we're kind of running short on time and we went long, but it's always been a fun show. I love the chat box as hopping as it is, bringing the heat. Larry, Troy. I mean, anybody that contributed. I love it,
You
man.
see that last comment?
Wait a minute. I'm throwing it up there. Michael Jordan's son actually busted Larsa. We got that After Dark, Rebels After Dark stuff going on now. Wait a minute. Here we go.
Oh, you know, we forgot to talk about. Did we get WNBA in there?
We haven't gotten WNBA yet. Are you all feeling this Hard Knocks is off season? I haven't watched it. It's the Giants, right? What's going on with it? Is it anything good or what?
I like it. I do. I like it.
Chris Smith, shout out to Chris Smith, the stats guy for the West Rebels, the milkman's father. So, yes, absolutely.
Man, you know how I feel about the milkman's father, man. Hold on. Chris Smith got one of the best nicknames. So, if you ever watch the movie The Super, Chris Smith when I referenced his son, the milkman, in the movie, there is a character named the milkman who plays basketball with Joe Pesci. And Joe Pesci was like, "And so why they call you Milkman?" He said, "Because I killed a milkman." So,
I love it because I killed him.
great, because I killed a milkman.
If you're a
Yeah,
fantasy football guy, you will like it. So okay, all right,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Um, Well, yeah, we could talk about WNBA real quick. I did want to just reference this real quick, this Copa America fight. So, for anybody that
Yo, I
watched
thought that was fake.
soccer, Colombia played Uruguay in Charlotte, of all places. That's because North America is hosting this tournament. And it ends on Sunday between Colombia, who ultimately won over Uruguay against Lionel Messi and Argentina in Miami on Sunday. But Uruguay just managed to outdo themselves by not only losing the game, but they decided to go up in the stands and kick the shit out of the Columbia fans or whatever. I mean, I have no
Mm,
words. It's so bad. It's worse than the Pacers
mm.
fight at Market Square Arena that time or whatever. Or the Detroit,
Oh, you
sorry, the
it's
Detroit
worse than the
Pistons,
Malice
not
in
the
the
Pacers. Yeah,
Palace?
yeah. It's pretty
The
bad.
The
Malice at
Malice in
the
the Palace
Palace.
level?
Yeah, I mean it's pretty bad. So yeah.
Sheesh.
The milkman's
Sheesh.
father's a dope neck name, bro.
The milkman's father is a dope neck name. Dope nickname. A
Nickname. I think
dope
he said nickname.
nickname.
Yeah, it's a dope nickname.
Nickname.
So yeah,
Nickname.
nickname.
Hey,
So
what's your
yeah,
nickname?
yeah. But
Your
dude,
nickname fool.
but all I'm just gonna say is this: if you lose, what the hell happened to shaking hands and changing the jersey? But no, you went up in the
Hey,
stands and beat the hell out of somebody's fans or whatever like that. I mean,
yeah.
goodness gracious, got
That's
knocked silly
wild
for
though.
it. So yeah,
That's
but
wild. I've never heard anything like that. Well, yeah, I mean, I
pathetic.
mean, not in soccer though.
No,
Soccer's wild.
no, I mean it's wild. Hey, real quick, shout out to my boy Mark Machado. He catches the show recorded or live sometimes, depending on what's going on. But he actually was watching soccer the other day, and he goes, "Has anybody seen the latest Modelo commercials? There's nobody actually drinking the beer; they're all spilling it on each other in the stands. Is it that terrible that it's not worthy enough to drink? Like that it's just being spilled
Wow,
on everybody? So catch that the next time
wow.
you watch a Modelo commercial for beer. So Modelo, yeah." N- Neck name, lol. Neck names,
That
nickname, yeah, nickname, yeah. But yeah, real quick about the WNBA. Guess what? Caitlin Clark had that triple double. I saw that. Youngest player to do it or something, if I'm not mistaken. So
yeah. Oh man, with the first triple double as a
yeah,
rookie.
yeah, and then
Yeah,
of course
but
Asia Wilson's dominating like always.
Asia Wilson is dominating like crazy. But how about like Angel Reese, man? Like this double double is crazy, but she's getting a lot of her own misses. I like it though. I like it because that's what she did at LSU. So she's a walking double double machine. Like she's
Honestly,
gonna get you 10 and 10.
I think this has been the most exciting WNBA season in how long or what have you, just because of
This like beginning.
it's yeah, I mean like it's talking. It's being
Yeah,
talked about.
and like it's more enjoyable. I mean, and Nike's really pushing it too. And the big three has been good too.
Yeah.
Like the big three's been good. WNBA has been WNBA. I've watched more WNBA this year than I watched in the past maybe 2 or 3 years. Because the star power just dwindled once we kept getting older.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Tisha Penicheros wouldn't stand as long as
Mm-hmm.
what I mean, as you would like them to. The the Nikki Teasleys, the Tamika Catchings,
The
the
Holtz
Cheryl
clause.
Swoops, the
Yep.
Hose Claws. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like it is just, and then it got right back up there with Tarasi and them and that crew and Candace, but for the most part, this Caitlyn group just like
Mm-hmm.
they infused it like big time.
They
They
have.
like They infused it big time, and then Paige and Juju are up next.
Yeah, they're gonna
Like,
really bring it up there. Yeah.
like
So
Paige and Juju coming after this. Like, oh
mhm.
my gosh! Like,
It's gonna be
I'm
fun.
really interested. I'm
I
really
watch it on
interested in what
Sundays. I
Juju
mean, I
does.
watch it on Sundays when I mean,
I do.
and the thing is ESPN and ABC have been putting it on. So if it's on, it's on. I mean, simple as that. You don't have to
Yeah.
hunt for their games if you really wanted to watch it. So yeah, but
Nah, you ain't got to go to Amazon Prime or the Lifetime channel or any of those. Back in the day, it used to be on Lifetime though.
it
I
did.
remember
It.
that.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
Lifetime.
Yeah.
Lifetime.
Let's see here, dude. I'm sorry, but I don't know if this WNBA train is not going to last a few seasons. They need to lower the goals, bro. I need to see some entertainment. You know, that's kind of true. Like, I mean, I don't know why
Nine
they
and a
don't break
half.
the dunking. So yeah.
Would you lower to 9.5
Hmm.
or 9?
I think it's 9. I think it's
Would
9.
9.5 would be
Hmm.
cool.
I mean, he is right for real. How many layups can you watch? I mean, it's true, and it feels like Caitlin and Reese have played each other a lot because there aren't that many teams. I mean, there really aren't. So yeah,
Yeah, there's
lower
not.
it to 8. Lower it to 8. Yeah, why not? I mean, I don't. I mean, see some dunks. So
No,
shoot.
no, 9.5,
What about 8?
man.
What about
Not
8.5?
8.
What about 8.5?
No, 9. They
9.
they can do 9. A 9-foot goal,
Who
man.
can
Come
dunk
on.
right now in the WNBA other than Brittany Griner?
Um,
Asia, can she dunk?
what's the girl's name? They can dunk. What is her name? It slips me.
They only have
What
12
is it?
teams. Look at that. So yeah.
I don't know if Asia knows
Lower
how to
it to
dunk.
8 with trampolines. Laugh out loud. That reminds me of them all sport commercials or whatever when they had center
I
blimp
I
and
would
the
say
What
moving
was that
I
goal.
would
one league
say
they had
Asia.
where they actually had trampolines like all over the court?
Oh,
So hold
that's
on, like
that jump ball thing.
who are all the females that have dunked? Like Charlotte Smith, Candace
Candace,
Parker, Lisa Leslie,
Sylvia,
Michelle Snow,
Sylvia Fowles has.
Sylvia Fowles,
Yeah, Brittany Griner
Brittany
has.
Griner. She's dunked a
Yeah.
lot. Um, I'm trying to think when it comes to women dunking.
Man, you ain't
Now we
even gonna
didn't get on
believe
the
what
tangent.
you ain't even gonna believe what just came through my mind. So a Saved by the Bell reference when they were having that
Which
wheelchair basketball game, and damn Screech says to the girl in the wheelchair, "Oh, can you dunk?" I mean, somebody should have just thrown a damn like book right at his scrawny little ass or whatever. Oh my god! Oh, can you dunk?
it's hard to believe he passed away.
Oh man, real quick, this is a show a little bit before all of our time, but Alf, the little kid that was in Alf, apparently he died in June and nobody knew about it, and apparently he overdosed. Like it was like because of clinical depression, he never could recover. That he never was anything more than the little boy in Alf or
Oh
something like that. So
wow.
you hear about these like childhood '80s stars that just went like they just couldn't find.
They went off the rails. Like
What now?
they went off the rails. The drug use back then, shit.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And then they had all these like predators that were pretending to be their handlers or cared for them and so forth. Like that woman that raped Eddie Furlong, who was the kid in Terminator, John Connor. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, yeah. So yeah. But oh, was it Elf? Oh, it was Elf. It wasn't Alf.
Ow.
Elf, the movie. Oh,
Elf.
okay. So the little kid in that movie. Okay, gotcha.
Oh,
So.
I was about to say Alf. I was like,
Yeah, well, there
damn.
was a little kid in that one in that show too. I didn't know if it was Alf or Elf or whatever
It
like
was
that, but I
Elf.
had heard
So the
that
kid from Elf.
from Elf. I guess
Like
that's
little brother.
yeah, must have
Oh,
been him. So found him dead.
wow.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean,
Sad.
and then if you're a horror fan, Shelley Duvall died 75 today. She was in The Shining, with Jack Nicholson, and
Oh,
also played Olive
Damn.
Oil in
Great
the
movie.
Popeye movie with Robin Williams. So yeah. So she's gone. 75.
Great
That just seems
movie.
young to me. I don't know. That just seems young to me. 75.
75 feels
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Shoot. So
my
great show tonight though, guys. Shoot. So man.
Great show.
Yeah, for
Great
sure.
show. Brought it, man.
Yeah, brought it. And I love the chat box, man. And like I said, just share and like and subscribe, man. As always, I
Like,
love
comment,
it.
share, and subscribe. Like,
Forward it,
comment,
share
share,
it
and
on every social
subscribe.
media, honestly. So shoot. But Shane, you got any parting thoughts, brother? So as we close it out, as always.
Great show tonight. Great comments. Share the show, people. Share the show.
Yeah, man. Like I said, definitely want to give peace and love to my man Benny Smith, man.
That's a
Like,
shame. 19 years,
yeah,
Jesus. So wow.
yeah. Well, I mean, I've been working with him for 19 years. He's been
He's
there
been there longer.
40.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
It's a sad world we live in, man. But hopefully people will get it right, man.
Yeah, for sure. For
People
sure.
will get
Well,
it right.
I'll tell you this. I'm looking forward to Tuesday. I'm looking forward to hearing how Shane's awesome day of the pads cracking and so forth went. I'll definitely let you know how the coaching ceremony or the ring ceremony went Monday. And of course, we'll have the obvious reveal of the ring. It will not be seen. It's only going to be exclusively seen first on this show. I'm telling you. I'm not going to put it on Facebook. It is only going to be on this show. The only thing that I'm going to put on Facebook as a little tease is what's in the box. What's in the box? So
Shout out
yes,
to my man Paul Romero, man.
shout out to
For
the
real. Like,
AD man.
shout out to the AD.
Yeah,
Shout out to Paul Romero, man. Real talk. Like,
yeah,
one of the best
for
to ever
sure.
do it and the best doing it.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, shout out to Coach Brown. I got him a nice cigar, and I hope he enjoys it. So he liked that today. So I said I had something for you, Coach, and got him one of my cigars. So from my personal box. So yeah. But anyway, well, guys, great show as always. And as I always like to just say, two pair, you're going to end us out, but just remember, the cause don't stop when the clock hits zero, baby.
Hey, man, love, peace, and chicken grease, and throw your dubs up if you're in the hail.
Wes runs this thing 587 days and counting. Go Rebels.